Ramblin Man here. Let's talk about Ron DeSantis. So, the governor of Florida, I'm telling you, it's one of those things like you see, if you've looked at anything like Twitter or on TikTok, people putting comments in, you know, they have the graph and they say, my respect for so-and-so, and it has the up or down depending on, mine would definitely be through this, skyrocketing up. Because Ron DeSantis is a badass. I'm telling you, he's a badass guy. I'm telling you. He is just not putting up with anything. It's funny because a lot of politicians, okay, they will put things out there because they're trying to get reelected or because they want to do this, they want to do that. They all have an agenda. His agenda is to take care of his people. There should be more politicians like Ron DeSantis. He does not care if you're trying to, what your agenda is. His agenda is to take care of his people. And I think it's funny because we went through and they're talking about doing vaccines and all this different stuff, right? And mask mandates, putting masks on. So when they start talking about the masks, and I'm gonna put the link in the below in the description. So make sure you go in there and watch this, because he talks about Biden and how he didn't give a blip about what he has to say about the mask until he takes care of the problem at the border, because that's where everybody's talking about all these people that are vaccinated. They're just letting people in all over the place. And mask mandates, he's just not standing for it. So that in itself is amazing. Watch that video. You will be hands down impressed with Ron DeSantis. So here's what, when they did like a poll asking like who's more popular. Right now, Trump is still more popular, okay, among the Republicans and among the party. But it should be something like this. Like, I think if people are going to run, here's how it should go. You can't put age on there. People say they're too old and stuff, because, Trump will be 78 by the time 2024 comes around if something else doesn't happen, right? So 2024 comes around, he runs, he's 78 years old, which is the same age as Biden, except Biden has fallen off his rocker. He can't remember to put his socks on the right feet. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But if you're going to put someone like Trump in, you should have a running mate that if something, heaven forbid, happens to our president, that you have somebody that can step in that is, competent. Like this whole thing, if Biden goes down, we have Kamala. That's terrible. I mean, it's a lose-lose. There's not a winning thing here. And there's not one person that can tell me anything to convince me that Biden is a good president or that Kamala deserves to even have a title like VP. It's so embarrassing. It is freaking embarrassing. But if you had Trump and DeSantis on a ticket, that'd be awesome. Now, Trump, say he decides not to run, I think DeSantis and Candace Owens. These are my opinions. But man, I think things that, they talked about for a long time, like, there'll never be another Republican if we get a Democrat in there. Here's the problem. That's the one thing Biden has really done for this country, and that is to turn blue states red, because more and more people are disapproving of what he's doing. There's less and less people approving of what he's doing, and more people are like, yep, he is the worst president in history, and his approval rating will show that soon. I'm telling you right now, worst. And if he goes through and they make vaccinations mandatory, like forced vaccinations, you'll have an uprising so big it's ridiculous. There's no way that you won't have a lot of death and destruction. I'm just telling you right now, that will not happen. And you may have it in some states up north because they're just freaking sheep and they're weak. But Texas, Florida, good luck with that. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Make sure you watch that video, though, because it will make your day. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Ramblin' Man, out.